Guys, I have some good news and some bad news, but first let's introduce the players here. In the color red playing as the English, it's Kaio, or Kyo, however you want to call him. And in the color blue, playing as Jeanne, it's Why I Tired 24/7. Why I'm tired 24/7. I'm sure this is the guy that is not the only guy that asked this question. But anyway, let's talk about the good and the bad news. If you remember, I don't know if you are into MMOs. Probably if you're like 30 something, maybe you have. Maybe you have played RuneScape, maybe you have played, older MMOs. I'm a huge MMO fan. And I have been really disappointed with the MMOs that we had. And even like the one of the biggest ones, Final Fantasy XIV, was a disaster for me. It was very casual, very casual. And I was looking for something really hard though. And there was this project, people call it, I'm gonna tell you how they call it, but the project name was Project TL from NCSoft, one of my favorite companies from Korea, the ones that make MMOs. Creators of Blade and Soul, if you haven't played, it's really good. It's really good. Obviously, all of them pay to win, but this Project TL also was known by people by the name Project Too Long. And people were joking about like, oh, I can't wait my grandkids to play this game or things like that. You know that, like every time they make an MMO, they release it like very late in the West, and usually goes out in Korea first, or maybe it never goes out in Korea in the West, only in Korea, because they have a huge market for that. And now this Project TL, pretty much, they have the official name is called. It's called Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty, and it looks really good. It looks really good, and I got access, asked for the beta, but they didn't give me access, and I was really looking forward to it because all those MMOs recently, they have been really, most of them are not. I don't even consider MMOs. They are gacha games. You collect characters, usually women, pretty women, kind of like collecting cards, And the only one I played was Nike. I think it was a really good one. Story-wise, design-wise, the characters, everything was really good, but very, very good. But it was addictive, and it basically had no gameplay. So I decided to stop playing it because it was just, a gamble, right? And I didn't like it. And all the MMOs have been like that, and this may be a hope for me, like Project Too Long, maybe the MMO that brings me back into some MMOs, and probably I will stream it. For me, it's a very, very relaxed thing. We can chat whatever, but it was really cool. It was really, really cool. I hope I can get access to the early access anytime soon. But in any case, let's get back into the game, because obviously my favorite game is Age of Empires 4. And things are gonna start happening now. In Spanish, we usually say, se vienen cositas. It's like small things are happening. Things are gonna happen soon. Like, if you can, the best thing I can explain to you is like Judas in the day of his betrayal. He will say like se vienen cositas, like something's gonna happen. You don't know what, but something's gonna happen. Look at that blueprint house, beautiful. So the English against Jeanne d'Arc. I think this is a matchup that is very hard for the English, and pretty much against the French in general. Because they first you have the Lombos, and immediately right off the bat your opponent have the answer for your unit. So you need Spearman, and you cannot just go and harass your opponent with the Lombos. You're just gonna lose them, and it's just gonna be a disaster from that point on. Like, you don't want to lose your Lombos. So looks like Kaio, it's opting to go for a second town center, actually. So, which makes sense to me. Makes sense. As the English, you can stay in your base pretty much the whole time. You can be like a little rat here. And well, let's see. Let's see. Looks like he opted for going for a second town center. We're not gonna be having any kind of feudal war, maybe, but why I'm tired 24/7. It's actually going for the hunt. Not gonna arrive on time. Stone is already being gathered, and it's gonna be a very defensive town center. You know, just not even here. You know, you can actually put it like here, just to kind of protect the gold. But you know, it's just gonna be very close. And at this point on, it's very hard for you to punish your opponent. It looks like why I'm tired 24/7. It's not actually creating more units. Looks like he's actually going for a second town center himself as well. He has the deer of the front. So probably can put it here, but it's a little bit too far. Can get the deer and kill the wolf at the same time. Such annoying wolf. Such annoying wolf. I didn't thought as wolf as annoying. But since I play Age of Empires 4, the synonym for wolf is basically annoyance. Like, it's always freaking wolf, man. Freaking wolf. Like, you're gonna see it right now, yeah? Like, minding your own business. It's like, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, he's not in range. But you will hear the scream and the attack notification. Like, both at the same time. It's pretty much the only unit that can scream and do the notification at the same time. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, all of them must die in this in any kind of game. Like, you need to kill the wolf. With that Lombo, very optimistic Lombo. Gonna do a little bit of damage here. Looks like more Lombos are coming for Kaio, just in case. Actually, you can defend with the Lombos in your base. Technically, like, if you have enough number of Lombos, you could defend inside your base without the Spearman. But you need a big number. And you also need to pray your opponent doesn't have a huge number of knights. But Lombos will just do it. Except when Jeanne d'Arc is here. Have Jeanne d'Arc the Hunter, so she's gonna be having that Divine Arrow, get some 40 damage, so pretty much can one-shot any kind of injured Lombo man. Look at this English paradise, wood and foot, and that's all you need. That's all you need. He has double broadaxe, no access to gold at the moment. Couple of knights also going there for why I'm tired 24/7. Lombos goes down. Looks like Jeanne d'Arc got experience there. Remember those times where Jeanne d'Arc will get so much experience that in the village he will just turn into a big white horse and be in your base like nothing has happened and there's nothing you can do. Oh my god. I'm glad they patched that one because I always hated to play against Jeanne d'Arc just because of that reason. That's the only reason. Like the knights, I'm used to that. Like, they are annoying. Probably more annoying than Wolf is. But Jeanne d'Arc is just another level, man. Just Jeanne d'Arc level 3 in the field age is just so annoying. And the good thing is that the Hunter is not that scary just because of the armor. You can pretty much snipe it with a lot of archers, but the armor one, like, even if you have a lot of archers, she has so much range armor, like and so much HP, you're never gonna take her down. Look at that, knights in the base. Jeanne d'Arc trying to snipe one archer, managed to lose the scout here. That's very important for why I tired 24/7. He doesn't have vision, enough vision to, you know, try to plan his attack. He needs another scout. Hopefully we will see it soon. The scout is very important when you're attacking your opponent. Having vision on where to attack is really important. That's why I like to go for the Imperial Palace playing as the Chinese. It's like, I don't need the scout. I'm gonna check with my map hacks, the Imperial spies, just to check where Where's everyone? It's such a cool landmark. Such a cool landmark. Looks like Kaio is going there for Castle Age, most likely. I have a lot of villagers on gold. No tower here, so these villagers are gonna be walking a little bit, like, back and forth, just to make sure they don't die. Now, Wyatt Tyrant has a villager advantage. He had a very fast second town center, very fast, just because his opponent, you know, went for a knight and he got behind the gathering of the stone. Therefore, you know, this was a very fast 2 TCs, so you can already see there is 6 villagers difference between those players. So it's gonna be significant in the future. Definitely a small advantage you can use in your favor. Tower is already here. Let's take a look at Kaio's vision, because, you know, there you go, a scout here. Always checking where his opponent is. It's very important, especially against those French knights. They always want to snipe your villagers. Always want to snipe you. Wheelbarrow just coming for them. Definitely important, not only for the economic side of things, but they can just run faster from these guys. Lombo's doing some fairly okay damage. Those knights. He almost have the gold to go there. We're already 11 minutes into the game. Let's take a look at the income per minute for those players. It's like more knights are gathering here. And why I tired also going for Castle Age. It's gonna be the guild hall. No surprise. A lot of people opt to go for the guild hall. You know, 12 knights is not a bad number to go for royal, for the Royal Institute, to get those royal bloodlines and get, you know, that HP for the knights in the Castle Age. Royal bloodlines is really good. It's like insanely good when you have a big number of knights and you're in Castle Age and your opponent's also in Castle Age. Like, this knight's pretty much very close to, you know, Imperial upgrades, very close. So, but people are opting to go for this one. This one seems like a really good choice, actually. You can pretty much plan into the Imperial Age if you want. Just because you can gather enough resources, and without even noticing, you can have enough food to age up, or enough gold, and just having a really good time. But the King's Palace is gonna be in the back of the base, meaning Kaio will have a third town center for him. Lombo's just gonna be attacking those knights. Look at how tanky these guys are. No +1 range armor. No one died. One knight died. 2 knights died. Not a bad thing for Wyatt Tyrant. 3 villagers went down in this attempt. And the guild hall is collecting food for the moment, which it's fair, you know, it's fair. Like, you can always use that food to age up, or, you know, pump more units. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Very good landmark. And you can go Imperial really fast, like extremely fast. If you, I will guess, like in the next 5 minutes, maybe if you focus on gathering a lot of gold, you can hit Imperial, put the Red Palace there, have a good time. Look at those Lombos, very brave Lombos. Like, these number of knights, I think they can take down all these Lombos here. So these are very optimistic. Monastery already going up for Kaio. Let's take a look if Wyatt Tyrant is not tired enough to build a monastery. Looks like he is. Looks like he is. So relic gathering is gonna happen for Kaio at the moment. More knight raids. They're already not veterancy for the knights. Interesting choice. They're already 17 on the field. You need to make them veteran, man. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh no, yeah. These are early knights. These are early knights, guys. Double attack here. Didn't manage to kill anyone. Sheep still alive. Wyatt Tyrant didn't manage to kill any villager. A lot of villagers on gold now. Meanwhile, where is Jeanne d'Arc? I don't even know where she is. There you go. Just massing some archers and crossbowmen. Not any crossbow. You know, these guys have you know, they do come with this +5 range armor when they activate this thing. They're really good. They're really good, and they have 1 more range damage to attack. So they are quite good, quite good. Yeah, best crossbowman in the game, probably. It's hard to say the best because there are a lot of different crossbowmen. In fact, there are only 2 types of crossbowmen, like the Japanese, that are in the horse, and the French. The rest of crossbowmen are just generic crossbow, no special at all. So, arguably you could say the horse is better, or the other trio is better. Who knows? Now these knights are already veteran. Veterans are coming for the archers as well. Relic's gonna be gathered. Well, a big wall here. I'll as well wall this one here. It's always nice. It's easy to wall, you know, this segment of the map. The English playing very defensively. Very, very defensively. It's such a cool civilization too. If you wanna play that way, like stuck in your base, English is one of the few that can do that. Like Chinese, you can, but it's a little bit harder because you can't go farms really early on, so you need to span and secure your food resources. You need walls, man. You need walls for sure. As China, I think you need walls. These are a lot of spearmen, so I don't think veteran knights are gonna come here. I don't know why I said veteran knights. It should be always saying knights. But anyway, gonna go there. Pinch them, guys. Pinch them. Not gonna be able to catch them up. At the same time, relics being gathered for Why Turret. First relic for him. One relic already there for red. Another one coming home. Only this one and this one left. So I believe Jeanne d'Arc should have at least 2 relics. At least. Let's see what happens. Now finally got the first encounter of the game. Knights surrounded by those spearmen. Longbowmen need to, you know, not really the right target to attack, but anyway, it is the one they can at the moment. And the army is nowhere nearby. Oh, actually, this is the army. This is the army. Jeanne d'Arc gets sniped. Jeanne d'Arc didn't manage to get any kind of experience from this fight, unfortunately. Lombow's doing a really good job here, taking down those archers. And looks like he's coming back. Remember, when you play against the French, you must constantly make spearmans. Otherwise, it's just gonna be really hard for you. Jeanne d'Arc gets sniped again. Never mind, she gets the Michael Jackson step. And because she doesn't have the, you know, the range armor, most likely. The Sky doesn't have vision. He does have vision. He knows where it is. You can snipe Jeanne d'Arc. Come on, Kaio, there you go. Jeanne d'Arc goes down. But also a big chunk of Kaio's military went down against those knights are fearless, man. Those knights are fearless, and you only back to 2 spearmen. Have a lot more in queue. A lot more. Tower didn't finish here, so there's not gonna be any buff around this area. You definitely want to force your opponent to fight under your network of castles buff. Can just give you 20% attack speed. It's like Kaio getting the deer from his opponent. It's like why I tired. It's gonna hit the jackpot here. It's a lot of villagers on gold. And more units coming here for Kaio to defend. Meanwhile, increase Jeanne d'Arc's health and damage by 25%. Companion equipment. Pretty strong. Pretty strong stuff. Let's start burning houses here. Well, it's gonna get the repair. And Kaio is still massing up more military. Jeanne d'Arc almost pop cap. Almost. And now the Spearman will manage to connect with those knights. Managed to lose a bunch of them. Causes a lot of idle time here. Gonna be careful not to lose those villagers. That villager must sing like a ghost. They're walking around those knights, praying he doesn't get killed. Mangonel going out for Wyatt tired. Meanwhile, farm transition is starting for him. Still some extra food resources in the map. You have this deer pack. You can already start a farm transition, you know. Otherwise, it's a little bit too risky. You have a lot of villagers. A lot of villagers for sure. You can really afford to do a quick farm transition. At the same time, both players building a landmark. The red palace is gonna be here on the middle. And the Berkshire is gonna be a very defensive Berkshire. Never mind, he cancels it. It's like, okay, never mind. Here is the place. And now the English force, you know, to stay in their base. That's the thing, they are losing a lot of map control. They do have a keep here just to protect this gold vein and the stone. Big stone here. So that's really good for him. Knights managed to enter into the base again. At this point, you really want to wall this off with stone walls if you have any chance. Because the knights are just gonna be annoying the whole game. It's just gonna get even worse. Because when they get elite upgrades, they just don't care about the arrows. Ordinance companies, consecrated buildings also reduce the wood and gold cost of units by 25%, which is really good. Looks like the siege workshop will get consecrated. Let's see how much is a mangonel. 400 wood, 200 gold, and let's see how much is after the upgrade. I'm really curious. We're gonna take a look at that now in 8 seconds. But meanwhile, there is a raid happening here. That's just gonna be, you know, a walk in the park, basically around the sakura trees. And that's the beauty of having the tower here. You can already see where those knights are. He thinks he's hiding, but everyone knows where he is. Everyone knows. And now those knights will get surrounded here. Unfortunately, by the wrong units. Lombowman's not gonna be the best unit to defend. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the siege workshop. 300 wood, 150 gold. So definitely a good discount for you. Definitely a good discount. Berkshire already here. Priest just following the whole army. It's gonna be attacking that mangonel. Knights just gonna continue raiding. Now remember, Berkshire reduced its range by 0. I think it was 0.5 tiles. So it's gonna be less impressive. Countering placements in this keep, so gonna be able to deal with those knights quite easily. Quite easily. Meanwhile, the sneaky villagers are here. This is a very risky way of gathering wood. Diagonal shots. Only hit a few spearmen. No elite spearman yet. but also there is not enough knights for Jeanne d'Arc either, so I think he needs another type of unit. I mean, definitely man-at-arms are gonna work really well for him, but you know, the Red Palace is already here, so he needs another point of entry. You don't really want to fight the Red Palace. It's like a stone will be gathered here. At the same time, Sacred Site victory, 6 minutes. This one, very hard to control. This one, already there is a keep. And this one, probably he's thinking about putting a keep here as well. It's gonna be very hard for you to push into those Sacred Sites. Only this one. This one is your only chance, but there's a lot of units here. You definitely want to fight, but you need a lot. You need a maomao here. If you see this, like 42 crossbowman, 25 archers, you need more than one maomao. Those units are just not gonna make it. Equipes are also being built here. It's gonna be even harder for Caio to push in this direction. Force him to basically move here, which is pretty much a keep on basically every corner. It's like he will realize. Try to burn the keep. Manual shots from wide turret. Just like the keep will go up with very low HP. Yeah, just trying to repair the keep. Caio losing a lot of his important mass. Takes down the gate with archers, but the man-at-arms went down. And looks like these archer mass is just gonna die at the moment. More crossbowman coming up for Caio. Also hand cannoneers, man-at-arms is gonna be his choice. At the same time, raiding happening here. Horsemen, knights, causing some chaos into Caio's base. More units coming up from the front. Berkshire trying to do some damage. It's like Caio will need to send their reinforcements here. King's Palace just not doing enough damage here. Villagers going down. Caio down to 94 villagers. Despite having the villager advantage, he lost 44 villagers in this game. This is really hard for him. Sacred Site victory approaching as well. It's like he will try to take this down. Forget about the tower, dude. Get back to that Sacred Site. Step on the Sacred Site. There you go, buddy. You only need a bunch of seconds. I say a bunch of seconds, but it will feel like a minute here. Looks like horsemen already arrived, so you need to step back. Longbow man. He's doing longbow stuff. Incendiary arrows coming soon for Jeanne d'Arc. So this crossbowman will be much stronger. By the way, how much damage the incendiary arrows do? They don't say. They just say they are much stronger, and we believe they are. But it's like Sacred Site victory, still there, uncontested by Caio. Jeanne d'Arc still level 3. Never mind, she's level 4 now. It's gonna be the markswoman. Gonna be having this buff, and also I think they can put the. Is this the one with the cannon? Yeah, this is the one with the cannon. Red Palace just making sure no one gets into the front. And the units for Caio don't look very well. Only 30 so far. He does have network of castles. Actually, he has network of citadels. Research, so he's gonna be having 40% attack speed. but I don't think that's gonna be enough for him. More mangonels coming here for Jeanne d'Arc, and he's gonna keep pushing more horsemen into the base of Caio, causing even more idle time. Jeanne d'Arc focusing on the house, as usual. More mangonels coming here. 4 mangonels, oh my god, that's disgusting. That's really disgusting. Now production from Caio will be taken down at the front. 3 mangonels coming out for him. Managed to take the front line of the crossbowman. Gotta be careful not to lose them against those horsemen. If there is some sign of hope, it's these mangonels. But it's still 1 minute remaining. Never mind. Caio taps out. Well played by these two players. Hope you enjoyed this one. And I will see you in the next match.